Hello, my name is Maya, and this is Shining Bull Vedic Astrology. Um, I am just simply going to read and explain a little bit about the analysis that I did regarding Bitcoin price uh, that I just sent to my friend, and I'm just going to share it with you. And this is what I'm basing my own plan on. So, this is based on Vedic astrology, and Vedic astrology uses uh, the astronomical placements of the planets in the sky. So, it's different from tropical astrology. So, tropical astrology is what in the West is much more common, but I use Vedic astrology, which is the Indian uh, astrology, and I think it would be so interesting for me to know, like, about how Chinese astrologers look at the the Bitcoin price. I would be very curious, but anyway, so because yeah, I think we have a lot of things in common actually. So um, and I would like to know, like, anyway, I would like to know a lot of things, but I'm going to share this with you now. So let's see. Firstly, okay, I'm recording this on October 15th. This is a good time to, if you want, sell now and then rebuy at the new lows, which will be coming. So the price will be going down. Uh, I have a lot of notes. Maybe what I'll do is I'll make an article version of this, and in the article version I'll explain more about, like, in detail, the rationale for why things are going down, why things I think will go up, down, etc. But what I can tell you is uh like right now Bitcoin is in the moon dasha and the Mercury antar dasha. So those two planets are very important for Bitcoin. And now, uh, one really important thing that's happening is that Bitcoin is having its nodal inversion. So the transiting Rahu and Ketu are on top of the Bitcoin Rahu and Ketu, but flipped. So what's happening now is that Bitcoin's Rahu, who may in another circumstance would in fact, for example, when Rahu was in the transiting Rahu was in the sign of Cancer or Kark Rashi, uh, that is a sign ruled by the moon. So when Rahu was in that sign, that's when we saw, like, the most volatile price of Bitcoin in our very recent history, trading history. So, what's happening now is, whereas Rahu may want to blow up the price, Rahu is in a weird situation where the natal Rahu has the transiting Ketu on top of it. So, on top of them. So, that's why we're in this situation of, like, maybe instinctively we feel like the price should, like, there's this resistance, and that's what the resistance is. So the reason, so like basically Mercury is important because not only is it the Antardasha Lord, but also Rahu is in Mercury's sign. So that makes Mercury Rahu's dispositor. Now, uh, Jupiter and Saturn The nice thing about Bitcoin's chart is there are a lot of planets that really want Bitcoin to. Bitcoin has a lot of planets working for it. So, for example, according to my analysis, like Jupiter, Saturn, the Sun, even Rahu, when Rahu is in a better sort of situation, uh, they want to, they really want to build Bitcoin up, basically. Um, Venus also, um, and so anyway, uh, like, okay, so I'm not sure if I should explain all of my rationale. I'm just going to tell you what's going to happen. So now the sun will enter Libra on October 18th. Um, and like as many of you know, the sun is debilitated in Libra. And all of these reasons I'm giving you, like, it's not so simple because you have to, there's a lot of things that you have to look at. So I'm telling you some reasons, but those aren't the only reasons that things are happening, because the reason that things happen is the like the macro picture, and also like you get that macro picture by zooming super micro into the planetary positions, which we're able to do in Vedic astrology, or which we practice um, by the way that we divide up the sky. So uh, I'm telling you some reasons, but the real reasons are when you look at it and you see the whole picture. And uh, so I uh, that's what's happening. So when on October 18th, it should keep going down. Then on October 20th, I'm just like on October. I guess I should just write this as an article because okay, I'm just gonna read this. So on October 20th, I expect the price to keep going down because of where Venus will be. Venus will be entering a constellation ruled by Jupiter, and Sun is in Libra. And then on October 24th, the Sun will enter a Rahu ruled nakshatra in Libra. And at the same time, Mercury will enter Scorpio. But Mars is still in the nakshatra, in the constellation that it's in right now, which is a constellation ruled by the moon and is very active in terms of trading. And this is a very important date, the 24th, and I expect further lows. Um, okay, I'm not giving all the reasons now, but I mean, I think I'll write this more in depth in an article if you're interested in astrology. So you just check the the description below, and I'll put the link to the written form of this, and the written form of it will have all of my more of my reasoning. Then on October 27th, Venus enters Scorpio. Now, there's some other stuff that's happening on that day. Um, that See, but Venus will still be in the same Jupiter ruled nakshatra or constellation when they enter Scorpio. So, and that's the constellation that Mercury just moved into, which has set off this actual continued downswing. So, I see this as not bringing the price back up. Now, okay, on October 30th and 31st, Mars leaves the Hasta nakshatra where it's in and moves to a nakshatra ruled by Saturn. And on the same day, Mercury will go retrograde. Now, I think, but for other reasons that I'm not sure if I noted down or I have to check some other notes, but basically, for some other reasons, I think that it could go back up, but this is only for people who are trading like more actively. Okay, I'm just checking my notes for myself, what I wrote, so that so okay, so what I'm saying is like between October 27th and October 31st, the price could start going up again. Okay, but that doesn't mean like that's not some big like takeoff. Okay, but the price may likely start going up again. And then um, on okay, so but on uh November 7th the price should go back down. Okay, it should definitely go back down on the 7th because one reason is that the sun will enter this same constellation that's not boding well for Bitcoin's price right now. So when the sun goes in there, also because Mercury will be turning, or Mercury will be crossing the border between Scorpio and Libra, I think the price will go down again on November 7th. And then on the next important date is November. Okay, so I think it is November 20th. Okay, see, first what's going to happen is November 16th or 17th, depending on where you are, the sun will enter Scorpio. Okay, so that might set off the new upswing, but not the real one, just like another upswing. Either it'll begin on the 16th or 17th, maybe the 17th, but I noticed some other things that are working against it. But on the 20th or the 21st, depending on where you are, then the price should increase because Venus will be crossing over a special point, which in at the end of April, when Jupiter crossed over that point and then crossed backwards over that point, that started the big upswing in the price. And now Venus is going to go over that point, and I think that that's going to set off an upswing. At the same time, Mercury will be going direct. And so I think so that's what I think is going to happen. And then I made a lot of notes. So, okay, now on the uh, mm, okay, now from here on in, it's not so developed, but um, my analysis. But on the 8th of December, Mercury is leaving the zone where they went retrograde over. So that same day, Venus is passing over the natal Rahu. And I think, especially since Bitcoin's Venus likes to be in Sagittarius, and by that I mean like like also looking at the Navamsha, uh, I would say December 8th, the price will continue to go up, or maybe it will go up even more drastically. Now, then on December 16th, let me just see. I was sending messages to my friend and I changed what I told him. Okay, now I'm not able to see it. So I'll just, if I remember correctly, see. Okay, on December 16th, so I feel I looked at all of the planets. See, on one hand, the sun is going over that same degree point, okay, which I told you when Venus goes over, it's going to make the price go up. When Jupiter went back and forth over it, it made the price go up. So the sun is going over that point, but at the same time, other stuff is happening. Uh, which I can try and look at my this ephemeris at the same time as I'm recording this, but basically, I think maybe it's gonna go down. Okay, why? I'll tell you why. Because that same day, the moon is going to be passing over Bitcoin's natal Mars, and Bitcoin's natal Mars is in a really super intense place. Bitcoin's natal Mars is in the last pada of Ashlesha Nakshatra. It's like a super intense place for Mars to be, and Moon will go over that point. Then, then the other thing is what I noticed about Bitcoin's sun. I mean, about the transiting sun going over the natal Rahu, which is in Sagittarius, which is where the sun will be transiting into on December 16th. The sun doesn't like, for Bitcoin, the sun going over the natal Rahu does not do well. It always makes the price go down, whether the price is going up or down at the time. I looked at all of the years, like of the major, and I'm not sure if there's other. And like another thing is like Venus will be entering Capricorn. Venus doesn't like to enter Capricorn for Bitcoin. For Bitcoin, of course. I'm speaking. Um, I don't remember what my other reasons were, but basically, like all of these things together, I feel my instinct is that on December 16th, the price is going to go down and not up, even though I initially thought it should make it go up. Once I looked carefully, it doesn't, it just, it has a lot going against it for it to go up. It makes a lot of sense that it would go down actually on December 16th. Then on December 26th, I don't remember what my notes were, but basically, see, okay, on December 26th, there's a solar eclipse. But actually, yes, I remember. I looked at that. And I'm looking at everything with relation to Bitcoin's natal chart. And even though there's a solar eclipse on December 26th, I'm not seeing that it's going to actually affect the Bitcoin price so much. So I think the Bitcoin price will just keep going in the same direction it's going at that point. Now on January 6th, this, which I think will be down, and on January 6th, the sun will go over the natal Rahu. This is always makes the price go down for Bitcoin. So the price will keep going down as of January 6th. And then on January 9th, January 9th, there's a lunar eclipse, but I looked carefully at that and I saw. Okay, another thing to keep in mind is like by this point, the reason I said the solar eclipse won't have so much of an impact on the 26th of December is because, see, by that point, the nodal inversion is leaving Bitcoin. So it's so basically what's happening is like the natal Rahu is going to be able to give what it wants to give, which is quite explosive. Uh, so um, I'm not sure, but I think did I make just? I'm sorry. I'm just gonna just like literally. I just think um since I mean that's a tricky one because I think it will keep going down on January 9th. I think it will keep going down. Um, and I mean, it really should keep going down. But then, but on the other hand, there's some good stuff going for it. So I'm not really sure January 9th what will happen. What may happen is some kind of non consensus. I'm not really sure about January 9th, the lunar eclipse. I'm not sure if by that point maybe people will want to be bringing it back up, or I'm not sure about that. But what I can tell you is that on February 3rd, the price will shoot upwards. That's for a lot of reasons. Between February 3rd and February 6th. So in that time frame, the price will start going up drastically. And then uh um yeah, and then on March 16th. Okay, so like I've told you up until February 3rd, February 6th, that's when the price will start shooting up. And then I need to speak with you again because then we'll have some other stuff going on. Like it'll be going up, 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 but then we need to. I'll see you back here. And I don't know. I'm thinking maybe if more people are interested, I could make some kind of I could tell you all my reasons, but I don't think it's responsible for me to give all of my detailed reasons for this because, um, like I said on another video I made, like astrology, it's not really like, for example, imagine if you're trading and you don't understand yourself with astrology, you may not realize that imagine like you set up a trading plan and you know you need to buy or sell on a certain day. But since you don't understand yourself with this system, you may not realize that your moon is not good on that day because of the sign it's transiting through. I'm just giving an example. So you may not realize that on that day you're very prone to making bad decisions or not. So that's why I don't want to share. I need to be responsible about the way I'm sharing this information because to just use this system for trading, it's not actually going to help you. You need to understand yourself too. So, anyway, but those are my notes, and that's all for now. Okay.